Welcome back to Creating Confident Kids. We're on the second session of Creating Confidence and the Safe Kids Starter course. And what we're going to look at today is we're going to look at the helmet activity. So just a little recap, if you haven't watched the first two videos, have a little watch of that. The first one, we talk about why we're doing this activity. We want to build strength and show them the true potential that they actually have within them. And the second part is actually a little bit about the actual technique, but I'm going to run through it again. But if you want to look at how to do it in depth, watch that first video. It's the single best self-defense technique that every kid should learn. But what we're going to do now is we're going to dive into the activity. So what you need for this activity is, if you have boxing pads, perfect. If you have a large kick pad, Muay Thai pad, that's good. If not, just a pillow, even like a big pillow, maybe double it up, a couch pillow, just something soft that they can ram into, but not too soft where they're gonna ram into you and get that elbow right in your sternum or something. So just find that balance. If it's doubling up on pillows, it's just that, and then enough space to stand. This isn't a big running activity that you need to be able to both stand up in front of each other. So let's get into it. We're gonna grab our lead hand. So my lead hand is, my dominant hand is my right hand, so I'm gonna step back with my right hand. I'm gonna have a bladed stance about shoulder width apart. My lead hand is gonna come up behind my head. I call it the grease lightning hair slick back. So I slick my hand back all the way behind, and I go nice and wide, protecting where the spine meets into the skull, and I wrap around there. Then what I'm gonna do is my elbow is gonna come in nice and tight as I can, protecting my ear nice and squished in. What I'm gonna do with my other hand is I'm gonna reach over the top. I should still be able to see, but you can see that you basically can't see any of this area. My chin, around my ear, my temple is all protected. So the back of my head, my temple, my chin, and then here, my temple. I'm using my bicep to cover my ear. Your hearing should go down. I go over the top of my eyebrows, and it's my elbows. So you can see my elbows are the things that are the widest. Right, nice and tight. What we're gonna do is we're gonna brace, making sure it's not loose. So there's a difference between this. You can see the space, you can see the gaps. We want to tighten that. Right, and the first thing we're going to do with our kids is we're going to grab another pillow. So you probably do need multiple, sorry. And we're just going to give them a little tap over the head, just making sure I can't get in there. And it's just really playful, okay? You're not going to have boom, whack your kid over. We're just making sure that they're protecting themselves, but at the same time, we want to make sure they have balance. So if they do feel like they're toppling over a little bit, we're gonna bend our knees a little bit, okay? So when I do that, I bend down, and I'm not doing a squat, okay? It's just from my standing position, just a little bit. I wanna drop my center of gravity, that's the point. My center of gravity is so high up, and it's around here, it's not gonna be effective. I'm gonna be off balance. I'm gonna drop my center of gravity around here, just above my hips, and protect myself, just making sure they're blocking. Once they've done that a few times, what we're going to do is we're going to turn this into a strike. And this is what I would teach my son, is if he ever got into a physical altercation and they're starting to punch him, to protect yourself. And then once you've found that you've blocked a few strikes, we don't go back, because that allows the person to pressure you over and over. If you can run away in the first place, run away. But at some point we need to stand our ground, especially against bullies. We step back. Make sure our back leg's loaded, like we're about to do a sprint. We've got the helmet, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna step in, and we're gonna turn this into a strike. So if you're facing your kid, I'm your kid right now. I've got my elbow nice and tucked. You can't see any gaps. Making sure they're controlling their neck, because if they go hard into this, we don't want them to hurt their neck. So nice and tight. We're hitting with this elbow, and we step in, and we use the body weight. Now what's gonna happen, okay? So I'll show you this a few times. Got this, step. And you should be able to hear a little bit of stomp from me. All right, boom, I'm stomping in. I'm dropping my body weight. Now what's gonna happen with this, okay, is your kid's probably gonna do it fairly soft to begin with. That's okay. We're gonna do this 10 times, but what we're gonna ask them to do is progressively get more intense. I want you to put more body weight into it. I want you to hit with your elbow. I want you to knock mom or daddy back a step. Okay, and what you're gonna see is they're gonna start to light up, because they're gonna realize that they're stronger than they initially thought. And encourage that. We don't wanna tell them they have to do it harder. Be like, I think you could do it a little bit stronger than that. I think you can drop a little bit more body weight into there. I think you can knock mommy and daddy back, and like loosely stand, let them kind of knock you back. Whoa, whoa, that's getting strong. You know, you're putting a lot more effort into it. Let's make sure when we're praising as well, we're not just saying you are strong, right? Saying, whoa, you're putting a lot of effort into this. And so let them know that you're praising the effort they put into it, because then they realize they can up that effort. The effort can continuously improve, and then their strength can eventually improve. It's not just you're strong and that's what you're capable of. We're capable of always putting more effort in. There's never a ceiling there. We never want to cap our kids. We allow them to grow. So we're going to do it 10 times. Make sure they're stepping in, stomping in, knocking you back, really driving that elbow into that pillow. Progressively let them get harder, really stepping into it. What we're actually looking to do is build the realization that they have so much more strength than they initially thought. There should be a drastic change between the first time they did it and the 10th time they did it. Another little thing you can do is you can record it just to show them, like, wow, look how much stronger you did it when you put more effort. I'm so proud of you because the effort has made that way more stronger. Just remember, encourage a few taps, make sure they're blocked, make sure there's no space, make sure they're actually gripping their neck, it's not loose. So there should be no shift. It's nice and tight, and we're ramming that elbow in. Boom. Boom, knocking you back. If you have any questions, drop it in the community chat. You can also just message me directly. That is completely fine. I hope you have a lot of fun with this. Make sure you keep it fun. It's not a chore. We're just trying to build that confidence in our kids whilst giving them practical tactics. And don't forget to drop a comment in this module's community chat just to let us know how your kid went and share the experience. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.